A 14-4 run, and they're within 3, and they have the ball with 5:40 to go in this first half. Wade. Now Sanders has it on the near sideline. The one bounce for Olander. Olander dribbles to his left and wisely gives it up for Needham. Needham looking to penetrate. Ball knocked out of his hand. Sanders picks it up. Sanders the pump fake. Sanders pulls back and shoots a 2 and hits it. And it's a 1-point game as Rakim Sanders drills home the jumper. 5:10 remaining in the half, and the Stags have turned a 13-point deficit into a 1-point game. 25-24 Providence. Friars with the ball to our left. Here's a handoff for Council. Wade on him. Council looks over at Ed Cooley, gets the play call. The handoff for Coleman. 13 to shoot. Cotton, dribble handoff for Council. Looks to penetrate now, puts it up, blocked by Wade. Stags have a chance to take the lead. Sanders out of the backcourt. Feeds it for Wade. Back out for Sanders. Takes a deep 3 for the lead and misses it. And Wade, a beautiful save, but he went out of bounds. Oh, that would have been a thing of beauty had it actually been able to go the way Wade tried to make it go. He went out of bounds barely as he made an over-the-head backward retrieve of that ball.
Good energy in the building as Fairfield gets a lot of momentum. And that last shot, Bob, that Rakim Sanders, you called it perfectly. He drilled it, but he drilled it with a man in his face going to his weak hand left. That's NBA-like, if you will.
Providence had a 13-point lead. It's a 1-point game. Providence on top 25-24 with 4:20 remaining in the half. Cotton gives it for Council. Sean Crawford on him. Cotton on top. Colin Nickerson in the game. Now the feed for Coleman. Council finds an open Cotton, and the long 2 is good. And that ends the run for Fairfield. It was 7 straight for the Stags. Now it's a 3-point Providence lead.
You know, with Providence only have 10 scholarship players and 4 back from meaningful minutes, Coach Johnson from Fairfield's trying to switch defenses. But that time he was in his zone, they didn't cover up.
Olander all alone, and Nickerson found him, and Olander drops it through on the layup. It's a 1-point game. 27-26 Providence. 3:40 remaining in this first half. Bob Husler along with Joe DeSantis from the Webster Bank Arena as Cotton has it to our left. Puts on the floor. Gives it up now for Coleman. Cotton straight away. Coleman again on the wing. 15 to shoot for the Friars. Council on the far side. Cotton on top. Cotton driving. Handing off for Coleman. Turns the corner. Fades it up. Tough shot. Missed it. Sanders went up with one arm. Tipped the rebound to himself. Here come the Stags with a chance to lead. Bullet past the barrel. Had it blocked. And he got it back. Dishes out for Sanders. Quickly for Nickerson. Down low Barrow. Whips it. Right corner. Crawford a 3 for the lead. Too long. And the rebound taken down by Vince Council. And then the pass is thrown away as Council threw it too far beyond the outstretched arms of Bryce Cotton. Turnover against Providence. And in a highly entertaining game, we have a timeout on the floor. 2:56 to go in the half. Providence 27, Fairfield 26 from Delegate Sports. This is Stags basketball on the Fairfield Basketball Radio Network.
I'm not going to mention all 5. I'm sure you know them. Run, hit, throw, sell hot dogs and peanuts, and get to bed early at night. But Rakim does it all. You know, he rebounds, he finds people, and he does it effortlessly. He's got to be one of the best, if not the most talented player ever to play here.
Stags have a chance to take their first lead on this possession. Barrow for Crawford. Now they give for Sanders. He fakes. He one bounces Olander. The dump for Nickerson. Reverse layup is no good, but Olander dunks it through for the lead. Olander the dunk, and the Stags are on top by a point. 28-27. Under 2.5 to go in the half. Fairfield has come back after trailing by 13. Here is Council across midcourt. One bouncing on the far side for Cotton as they take their time trying to make the tempo of this game as slow as possible right now as Council takes it to the circle, and we're going to have a foul on Fairfield, a reach in. Gary Prager's got the call, and it's going to be against Sean Crawford. Team fouls, number 6 on Fairfield, 4 on, I think that 6 on Providence as well.
I think Fairfield learned a little bit from the Quinnipiac game. Right now, with 2 minutes and 1 second to go, they have 8 offensive rebounds against the Big East team. Good job by Fairfield. Great job by Olander on the putback dunk.
Council tosses it out for Coleman. Gerard Coleman, 6-foot sophomore guard out of Boston. Gives it up for a Brooklyn native, Vincent Council, working on Crawford, a Queens native himself. Now pass is dropped on the wing by Coleman and is stolen by Crawford. And here comes Crawford. One bouncing right side. Sanders for the one-hand tomahawk dunk. And Fairfield is up by 3, 30-27.
And Sean Crawford had Sanders on the right and Nickerson on the left. No disrespect to Colin, but you got the ball to the right person. That's a great decision.
Fairfield 30, Providence 27 as Council takes to the other end. The Stags intensifying at the defensive end. Coleman, Cotton into the corner for Gold. Make that for Kofani, who missed the left-handed jumper, and Sanders has the rebound. Sanders passes it down low. Nobody there. I think he was looking for Barrow to cut, and Sanders and Barrow slap hands as if to say, yeah, my bad. And it'll be a turnover against Fairfield. Providence has it back with a minute to go in this half.
And right now, Coach Johnson is going to sub in his defensive players for this one possession of defense. And a smart move taking Sanders out, who has 2 fouls. So look for Fairfield to make one stop and then get one good possession offensively and go in on the upside at halftime.
Coleman at the other end commits the offensive fouls. He knocks Fields on his back. He threw his arm up and knocked Fields clear on his back. They're going to get it on Coleman for raising the arm, and Fields took a pretty good shot there.
Well, you know, Jamel, we know him a little bit. He's one of the most vocal guys, one of the more, what's the word I'm looking for, aggressive guys.
Demonstrative.
Demonstrative, that's the word. So he likes to get up in you, and the Providence player just gave it to him. And a good defensive stance, a good timeout by Sidney Johnson.
And they're looking at the replay now to see if that could be a flagrant foul.
I don't think so. Bob, we talked about the new rules a little bit. They have flagrant 1 and flagrant 2. Okay, flagrant 2 is a deliberate elbow to the head. Like, I don't like you. I'm going to knock your head off. I think that just happened during the course of play. So I don't think it's a flagrant 2. Flagrant 2 means ejection. And this Providence team is not a deep team. So let's see what the referees called. But I don't think it was intentional with you know, harm involved.
Good officiating crew. Brian O'Connell, Gary Prager, and Pat Driscoll are talking this over. Timeout becomes a longer timeout as the replay review is in progress. This is the home opener for the Stags, and it's a funny thing in that a home opener for the new coach of the Stags, Sidney Johnson, but his story is kind of being overshadowed tonight by the return of Ed Cooley, and it's been a game that's lived up to the billing. Joe, you talked to Gary Prager, one of the officials, during the timeout. What did he have to say?
Yeah, he basically came over and kind of informed me, and I've known Gary for my years of coaching, what they were looking for, and basically quickly explained what we talked about, the difference between flagrant 1 and flagrant 2, or if it's a flagrant foul at all, and it wasn't. So there's no technicals, there's no ejections, Fields got in the way, and Coleman just threw an inadvertent elbow. So play on.
Stags ball. They're up by 3 after trailing by 13. 44 seconds to go in the half. Barrow for Needham. Fakes the 3. Dishes for Wade. Swings it Fields. Now Wade on top. Tosses for Needham. Fakes left. Drives to the right. Whips it out. Left side. Fields a 3. Rattles in and out. 30 seconds to go in the half, and Providence can work for the last shot. They are down by 3. Fairfield 30. Providence 27. 20 seconds to go now in the half. Shot clock is off. Council is on top for Cotton, swings it over and leaves on the one bounce far side for Coleman. For Council straight away. Council angled left, 7 seconds. Council, 5 seconds. Takes to the top, takes to the foul line. Bounces inside where Bilal Dixon, or make that run, Gipley dunks it through, and the horn sounds, and Gipley's dunk makes this a 1-point game at the half. So Fairfield trailed by 13 at 21-8, but they end the first half on a big run, and they lead it by 1 at the half. Fairfield 30, Providence 29. Halftime coverage follows this timeout. From Elegant Sports, this is Stags Basketball on the Fairfield Basketball Radio Network.
Friars Basketball, Sports Radio 103.7 FM.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh.
Elsewhere in the Big East tonight, UConn leads Wagner at halftime, 41-28. Syracuse all over Manhattan, 65-30 in the second half. Marquette, 56. Norfolk State, 40 in the second half. Georgetown, 50-19 over North Carolina Greensboro in the second half. South Florida getting a battle from Marist, also out of the MAC, 54-46. They're in the second half of that one. Tonight's update you in the Big East. The Friars down by 1 here to Fairfield.
Well, Friars get the ball to start the second half here, and see the kind of defense. Looks like Fairfield will be out in a man-to-man.
Friars in the black, Fairfield in the white. Goldsboro inbounds, and the Friars with the ball go basket to our right here in half number 2. Council handles it at the top of the key, rides right on Derek Needham, cuts back to the left off the screen, gets down the lane, leans in, gets contact, scores.
Good strong move there by Council. He wanted to foul on that one.
Sure,
a lot of contact by Needham.
Probably should have gotten it. The Friars retake the lead in the opening possession of the ball game. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Hinton to the far side, and Fairfield will keep it with 28 to shoot.
Well, they're looking to go inside right away to Sanders. He has the matchup with Hinton on him.
Dante Hinton.
Friars now in the 2-3 zone, though.
So they go 2-3 zone off the inbound. Wade handles. Stags go basket to our left here in half number 2. Pass to the right wing, Sanders. Back out to Wade. Wade looks, bounces left for Barrow. Barrow feeds to Olander, gets inside and scores around Kofani.
Boy, good recognition right there by Fairfield to get the big fella inside. He's just a wide body. Can take advantage of the size inside.
He's got 10, and Fairfield back in the lead by 1. Council works his way in on Needham. Screen set by Kofani. Council clears away, gets down the lane. Turnaround has the shot blocked, gets his own ball back, and then there's a foul called on Needham.
Needham's blocked 2 shots by Council. Needham's playing pretty good defense. Council has a little size advantage on him, not much, but Needham's done a good job of getting up on the shot. He's talking to the official right now. Hey, say he's leaning into me with his chest to push me off. He says, you got to call that offensive foul.
Friars will inbound. Council flips it out to Goldsboro, who hands off to Cotton out near the mid-floor circle. Cotton will work man-on-man against Wade. Hands off right. Now Hinton crosses to the top of the key. Hands off to Council. Cuts to the right around the screen. Now hands off back to Cotton again. Cotton goes to Hinton. Moves to the right, behind the back with the dribble. There's Council, back to Hinton. Wide open 3 is off the rim. No good, and Wade offside rebound.
Well, they got what they wanted on that shot. Nice weave there.
Needham, deep 3, top of the key, off the back iron, no good. Hinton rebounds.
Needham now 1 for 8 from beyond the arc.
Here's Council in transition. Stops, kicks it out to Cotton. Spins, gives the ball back out to Vincent. Vincent, no look pass to Hinton.
Yeah,
and there's a foul on Sanders. Called for a hold on the right block. 3 fouls on Rakim with 18:25 to go.
Good recognition here. Get the ball inside the hand. I mean, he had post-up position. Put the onus on the official. Sanders picked up 3 cheap fouls in this ball game, reaching over. He didn't have to do that, but now he has to sit for a while. And this is where the Friars made a run in the first half with him on the bench.
Need to make it now as Jamel Fields replaces Rakim Sanders out with 13 points and 3 fouls. Inbounds comes to Goldsboro, top of the key now for Cotton. Friars have got to pick it up on offense. Going over the screen, Council stops, pops, 15 off the rim, no. Rebound, Hinton has it stripped and stolen and fouled.
You know, there's the guy right there. Hinton takes advantage of it right away. That's the place where Sanders would have been and probably gotten that rebound, but Hinton doing a good job on the offensive glass, going after that missed rebound, gets to the foul line, gets rewarded with 2 shots.
Jamel Fields picks up the foul, his first, team second. These are just free throws 3 and 4 of the entire night for the Friars. As Hinton's free throw is good. He hit, actually he was 0 for 1 at the line in the first game, so that's his first free throw made as a Friar. In the 10 points that he scored in the win over Fairleigh Dickinson on Saturday at the dunk. Second shot with the lefty is on the way. Bounces no, and a foul is called underneath. They're going to get Goldsboro?
Probably Goldsboro.
No, they're going to...
Oh, in the lane too soon.
In the lane. Well, we'll take that.
Call on 23, getting in the lane too soon, trying to box out Kofani.
So Fields then gets called for the lane.
I thought Goldsboro was in the back of the lane.
So another shot for Hinton, and he makes him pay.
3 for 2, the old NBA rule.
5 points for LaDante on the night, and the Friars are back up 33-32. Pressure in the backcourt, 1-2-2. Wade breaks it left to Barrow. Barrow penetrates all the way down left baseline. Reverse layup and a score for Mo Barrow.
Good move by Barrow, but bad defense by the Friars.
Long pass into the forecourt. They find Kofani, who lays it up. Missed the shot. Hinton offensive rebound, and the shot gets blocked away, and Fairfield comes up with a loose ball. Wade in transition down the lane, kicks it off right wing. Olander 3, top of the key. Good.
How about the big guy stepping outside, shooting a 3? Eddie Cooley's talking to the official. How about the foul there on Hinton on the other end here?
Olander's 4 of 6 from outside the three-point stripe on the season for the 7-foot senior from Mansfield. And the Stags have their largest lead of the game by 4. Cotton works his way left toward his bench, up high for Hinton. LaDante pulls it a block, kicks the ball back out to Council. This is a hugely important part of the game for the Friars with Sanders on the bench in foul trouble. And Council goes up and he's fouled by Wade. Are they going to get Wade? Yep, they're going to get Wade for the foul underneath Council, and Council will shoot 2.
Council's the guy out there taking charge. He's telling Goldsboro, set that screen better. And, that's the kind of guy you need right now, Council. When things are going wacky on the road here, you're down by 4, a little momentum in Fairfield's case. You want a guy to take charge, and Council, they ran their offense nicely. Council was open on that move, makes a nice move, gets to the foul line.
And the first one by Benson is good. He's got now 10 points to lead the Friars tonight. And Gerard Coleman comes in for the first time in the second half to replace Reese Kofani.
Well, Kofani has 3 fouls, so they got some good minutes out of him to start the second half without picking up that 4.
That's right. He picked up his 3rd back with 5:40 to go in the first half. Council, one more try at the line. 72% for the line last year, and he hits both here. He's got 11. And the Friars are back within 2. 37-35 Fairfield with 17:11 to go. Desmond Wade walks it into the forecourt right, and he finds Derek Needham. Needham works around Council, gets alone, kicks the ball right side. Wade launches a long 3, no good. Long rebound to Cotton. Cotton in transition to Council. Council feeds off to Cotton, scoop to the hoop, and a score.
Oh, no, what? When they get out on the fast break, they got some speed. You had Cotton, Coleman, and Council getting down the floor. It was a blur when they saw that opening.
The 3 C's get it done on the break, and we're tied at 37-9 for Cotton. And the ball is almost stolen by Goldsboro. He reached over the backside of Olander and committed a foul.
Goldsboro has to keep Olander in front of him. It's a tough matchup for Goldsboro. Olander probably outweighs him by about 30-40 pounds, so he's got to find a way to side front him and keep him out of the post.
Second foul on Lee. First foul on the Friars in the second half. Fields handles. Scoops it left for Barrow. Barrow on the left wing pulls it out against Hinton. Bounce pass out for Wade. Wade well out on the perimeter. Will work on Cotton. Moves to the right. Slips. Kicks the ball in the right corner for Needham. And the ball gets knocked away out of bounds. Offensive foul called on Derek Needham.
Good play by Council. Move your feet when you're playing defense. Council that time moved his feet very well. Picked up the 3rd foul on Needham. Trying to get that baseline. Vincent didn't reach in. He moved his feet and got in front of him. Dove, put the onus on the official, gets the offensive foul on Needham. Now you have both the 2 best players on Fairfield on the bench now with 3 fouls each.
In Needham and Sanders both. That's the 9th turnover of the ball game for the Stags. Huge part of the ball game here for the Friars. Great play by Council to recognize that, pick up the offensive foul on Needham, so he goes to the bench.
Well, 2 guys, Needham and Sanders, the 2 guys they look to offensively. Needham's only 1 for 8 in the ball game, so offensively he hasn't had a good game, but now you got to find somebody like a Barrow for Fairfield for the offense out there in Orlando, the big guy inside.
And they're wiping up the perspiration under the basket to our left where Council had skidded defensively and taking that offensive foul, the charge from Derek Needham. So as they clean up the wet on the baseline to our left, the Friars will inbound the ball against full court pressure for Fairfield. We're tied at 37, 16:20 to go. And now Cotton will bring it left to right into the forecourt. Desmond Wade picks him up near the mid-floor line. Right side for Hinton, hands off to Council, cuts to the right, pulls up with a jump shot, banks it in.
Vincent in a nice flow right now. Good screen there by the young freshman Hinton to get him the shot.
13 for Council. Friars retake the lead as we dip under 16 minutes to play. Nickerson, left wing, high post for Olander. Friars on a 6-0 run. Fields finds Wade, goes left. Olander for 3, off the mark, rebound, tapped out of bounds. It's going to be Providence basketball.
Oh, yeah, Friars get a break there. I thought it went off the Friars. but there's a timeout on the floor. You know, Orlando hitting that three-pointer at the top of the key, that's a good thing. Now he thinks he can make them all. He takes a bad one right there. Friars get the ball.
Timeout with 15:47 to go. Providence 39, Fairfield 37. From Nelligan Sports, this is Providence Friar basketball. John Road Johassa at the Webster Bank Arena here in Bridgeport. Friars lead the Stags 39-37. A Stags program that has won 48 games over the last 2 seasons, which is second in New England behind just UConn. So they've done plenty of winning, but they've lost their last 9 times that they've faced Big East teams over the last 6 years.
Well, Ed Cooley's done a phenomenal job here at Fairfield, but wants to beat them now, all the guys he recruited.
Friars with the basketball and this 2-point lead as Cotton will handle it in the backcourt. And he brings it across to Vincent Council on the left wing toward his own bench. And Council will bring it out near the midfloor circle. Now he works to the right, hands off to Coleman. Gerard Coleman takes it to the left, hands off to Cotton. Cotton switches, kicks off to the right side. Now for Council. Council shakes off Barrow, bounce pass to Coleman. Coleman with 12 to shoot, works off left corner. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Providence ball with 9 on the clock.
Good defense right there by Fairfield. They know that offense a little bit that the Friars are running. I'm sure they'll weave out top, looking for an opening. Friar guys trying to probe for an opening to get in there.
Friars will inbound from the corner, and Cotton fires the three.
Foul.
Gets it, and he makes it, and he's fouled. Holy moly! Bryce Cotton has a shot at a 4-point play.
How quick was that release right there? You normally don't see Bryce get it off that fast, but he caught that one 9 seconds on the shot clock. He knew if he had a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take the shot, knocks down the three-pointer, nothing but net, and gets fouled with the body, and Sanders checks back into the ball game.
Colin Nickerson committed the foul. That's the 6th on the Stags here in the half, and Cotton gets the 4-point play. 13 for Bryce Cotton. And here comes Derek Needham back in. Bilal Dixon also back in for the Friars, but Needham and Sanders back in with 3 fouls after the Friars go on what, Joe?
10-0 run. You know when that happened, you know when those two guys went out, the same thing happened in the first half. Friars went on a nice run. Now their 2 best players are back. Friars need to make sure you know where those guys are.
Needham has it, right wing for Sanders. 43-37, a 6-point Providence lead. Barrow goes right, and the three-pointer on the way by Fields, off the mark, rebound, Goldsboro in traffic, pulls it away, Friars in transition. They have a 3-on-2. Council bounces, Cotton scoop, and it will score off the rim.
What a nice finish right there by Cotton. Good pass by Vincent Council, bounce pass in traffic.
That's one thing Cotton can do is finish. Olander, right wing for Sanders. Friars 12-0. Sanders forces the 3, rattles the rim. Goldsboro again with the rebound.
Good job by Goldsboro, boxing out Olander inside.
Council weaves in traffic, pulls up 15-footer, got it!
Yeah, Friars looking good right here. Timeout, full timeout by Fairfield. The Friars now have some momentum like they had in the first half when Sanders and Needham weren't in the ballgame with foul trouble, and they're keeping it going right now on a, 15-0 run.
14:33 to go. Friars lead at 47-37. We'll return to Webster Bank Arena in Bridgeport after this. From Nelligan Sports, this is Providence Friar basketball. John and Joe back at Webster Bank Arena where the Friars have turned it around the second half. They've made their last 5 shots from the floor on a 14-0 run.
They're doing great basketball and out rebounding Fairfield here in the second half 8-1. So they're limiting Fairfield to just 1 shot. And Goldsboro's done a good job on the boards of keeping Olander away from the basket.
Providence by 10, a 1-2-2 press in the backcourt. Coleman at the top of that. Fairfield breaks it, forecourt left with Barrow. Now to Needham between the circles. And a 2-3 zone for the Friars. Fields handles it on the right side. On the wing for Sanders. Back to Fields against the zone. Brings the dribble center. Looks inside the middle, nothing there. Left wing for Needham. Now feeds Olander. Olander turns, kicks the ball back out to Sanders. Now back into the post for Barrow. Barrow goes to Olander. It's loose on the floor. Batted around. Olander comes up with it right to Sanders, and Sanders lays it in.
Look at Eddie. He's so upset he calls a timeout right away.
He wanted somebody on the floor after that loose ball, and he walks all the way out to the mid-floor line to call that 30-second timeout.
I mean, that was a loose ball. The Friars had 3 times, and they didn't grab it. You know, trying to take off with the ball on the dribble. You got to grab that ball and get possession and then push it out and go. And he's letting everybody know about it over there. But that was a big play for Fairfield. They haven't scored in quite a while, and the Friars did a good job on the defense. Were able to almost steal the ball. Offense by accident. Sanders of all people, gets the loose ball and gets the score. You want to get a guy like that going.
That's the first basket of the second half for Rakim with 13:59 to go.
See, he's the kind of guy that can go berserk. He'll score 6 or 8 points in a row and just take over the game. And a layup like that sometimes gets you going.
8-point Friar lead. And Providence, after the 30-second timeout called by Ed Cooley, will inbound the ball. Goldsboro from the baseline to our left. They guard away from the ball, and they find Coleman in the backcourt.
Yeah, they just try to deny the ball inbounds and then go straight man-to-man.
And Cotton brings it into the forecourt on Fields. And now for Council.
2-3 zone now for Fairfield.
Council hands off to Coleman. Coleman hands off to Cotton. Cotton on the right wing. Back to Council. Takes the dribble back to the center. Crosses over on Fields. Slides in with a runner. Rolls it up. Rolls around the rim. It won't stick.
That was a nice move there by Council. Just didn't get the ball to fall.
Olander cleared the rebound. Needham no-look pass underneath. Shot got blocked underneath by the Friars, but a foul is called, and Barrow will go to the line to shoot 2.
We got Dixon on the foul. It was a good block right there, but he got him with the lower body.
On Dixon. That's just the second of the Friars in the half with 13:28 to go. And Fairfield will shoot free throws for the first time tonight with 13:28 to go in the second half. Maurice Barrow hit 3 of 6 from the line in their win over Quinnipiac on Saturday. And he makes the first one.
Talking to Joe DeSantis, who played here at Fairfield and doing the color on the radio, used to coach at Quinnipiac, and he felt that Quinnipiac was physical against Fairfield and had a chance to win the ball game by being physical.
Game was tied with 5 minutes to go, and then Fairfield outscored them 15-3 over the last 5 minutes to win as Barrow hits both free throws. Makes it 47-41. So 4 unanswered points scored by the Stags. Pressure comes. Cotton into the forecourt right to the ball. 47-41 Flyers. 13-13 on the clock. Council left toward his bench on the far side with the dribble. Now to Coleman, who pops out between the circles. Takes to the line. The pass now for Cotton. Cotton gets into the lane. Bounces underneath for Hinton. Spins in the post. With a left hand around the rim, it spins out. Won't stick, and Olander clears it.
But that was a good move, too, by him. The Friars had 2 good looks the last couple of times down and missed.
Out to Needham. Needham, top of the key, Olander. Fakes, drives, lost the ball, picks it up, scores, and fouled.
Goldsboro reaches in at the end there. You know, Needham is the guy you got to respect out on the perimeter because he can shoot the ball, but you got to stay, puts the ball on the floor. One of the guards has to go and get that. You don't want a big guy dribbling on the top of the key area, foul line area, with guards around. Olander was lucky that time. He lost the ball a little bit and then took it up, took the shot, and gets fouled on top of it.
15 for Ryan Olander, whose younger brother Tyler, of course, plays for UConn.
He's 7 for 10 from the floor in this
7 for 10 from the floor, and at the foul line, he's no good, and the rebound pops up in the air and is taken by Fields. Fields to Barrow, up top for Olander. They keep the possession alive. This is a 4-point game. Sanders on the left wing, shakes off Goldsboro. Big jump step in the lane, leans in and scores.
Boy, he's tough. You know, you got to respect the outside shot, and he'll go right by you with that first step. But he's back in the ball game. A 10-point lead goes down to 2 in no time.
Sanders has hit 8 of 11 from the floor, and it's a 2-point game. Boy, will do things change when those 2 players get in there. And there's Needham with a steal of Council down on the baseline. Needham into the forecourt drive. Right corner for Fields. Fields penetrates into the lane. Leaves it off for Barrow. Barrow has the ball almost taken away. Saves it in the right corner for Sanders. They can tie or take the lead on this possession. Needham drives left outside the 3-point stripe. Feeds Olander in the post. Back to Barrow. 16-footer good. We're tied.
Good pass here by Olander.
And Ed Cooley calls time. That's a 10-0 Fairfield run. After the Friars were on a 10-0 run, or actually a 14-0 run of their own. And we're tied at 47 with 11:53 to go.
Well, a game of runs in this one for sure. The first half was the same way. Friars make a run when Sanders is out of the ball game. When he comes back in, Fairfield makes a run. And we have a tie game here with plenty of time to go. Friars have to find a way on the defensive end.
Isn't it amazing, though? Amazing how Fairfield is a different team when Sanders and Needham are out there?
Well, especially Sanders, too, John. I mean, Needham's only 1 for 8 in the ball game, but he is their point guard. But Sanders is such a difficult matchup. And, you know, you talk about guys who know how to play, and he's definitely a guy who understands the game, finds his teammates, doesn't force anything. He's got a good outside shot. He's got a good first step, very physical. He can get to the basket. He can shoot a 3. Very tough matchup, and he will pass the ball when he's double-teamed.
Friars with the basketball, look to retake the lead here and stop the 10-0 Fairfield run. And Cotton handles it in the backcourt, and he works up into the fourth court on Jamel Fields. Cotton works to the middle of the floor. Tied at 47, 11:40 to go. Works by Fields, gets down the lane, stops, goes up the runner, and scores.
Yeah, Fields talking to him the whole time. Bryce Cotton went right by him.
Long pass into the forecourt for Sanders. He scores the other way.
Well, you can't let that happen. You got to do a better job of getting back on D. You can't get easy rebound, easy scores from Sanders, who's underneath the basket, beats the big guys down the floor for a layup.
Fairfield has made the last 4 shots in a row from the floor to tie it up at 49. Cotton off the top of the key. Fields is in front of him. Right corner. Open 3. Hinton off the rim. Rebound Sanders.
That was a good look by Hinton. That's his shot.
Sanders has the dribble. Drive into the forecourt. Stops inside. Ball is tipped away, and Goldsboro's called for an over-the-back foul on Olander. It is the 4th foul on Goldsboro.
That's a tough matchup for Goldsboro. He just doesn't have the strength to match up with Olander. There's nobody on the fry. Only Dixon matches up strength-wise, but he really isn't giving him solid minutes right now. So Eddie, he can't go to him at this point confidence-wise.
Timeout on the floor with 10:57 left, 49-49. From Nelligan Sports, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Well, crucial time in the ball game for the Friars here. The shooting 7 for 14 from the floor in the second half, but Fairfield's a little bit better at 8 for 13.
And Fairfield with the ball, a chance to take the lead with a fresh shot clock. Inbounds comes to Sanders, penetrates left, down the baseline, slides in, missed the shot. Rebound tap is no good, off the backboard, and Kofani back in the game clears it. Up the floor, Council in traffic to Kofani, who lost it, but picked up by Council on the right wing.
That's to take it out, bounce a little bit. A little out of control right there, but good job pushing the ball down the floor, and I'll settle it down.
Coleman works top of the key, stops, handoff. Cotton pulls up, 16-footer, in and out. Oh, my. Last 3 shots for the Friars have gone down and come out.
Good looks, though. They're getting good shots.
Fields off the top of the key, stops his penetration, and dumps it off right side for Barrow. Barrow looks in the post for Sanders. Sanders drives, missed the dunk. Missed the dunk, and Coleman comes up with it. Coleman drives left, wants to go to the hoop, scoops it up, scores, and a blocking foul called on Fairfield. Oh, my goodness, what a play by Gerard Coleman. The foul is called underneath on Sean Crawford.
How about the turnaround on that one? You had Sanders who was posting up Coleman. Strong onside, went up for the dunk and missed it. And Coleman gets the ball down the court, gets the score and the foul. That's a 5-point swing right there.
Big swing. Coleman gets to go to the line. He's got 8 points for the night. He hit 6 of 9 from the foul line on Saturday in the opener. And the free throw rattles and stays. A little better job on the free throws tonight by Providence.
Well, their concentration level seems to be a little better, too, knowing they're on the road in a close ball game. It's all about concentration on that line.
And Gerard Coleman gives the Friars a 52-49 lead. 2-3 zone by the Friars. And it's the basketball. Crawford on the right side against the zone. Brings the ball back to the center of the floor. Bounce pass right for Sanders. Feeds the high post to Olander. Olander works his way inside. There's a foul on Kofani. And that is now 4 on Brees Kofani with 9:54 to go.
You got to get him out, Eddie, because you're going to need him at the end of the game, I think. And the guy you got to put in now is Dixon just to lean on Olander. He's got to get him out there and just find a way to lean on him.
Needham comes back in for Fields. So Needham and Sanders both back into the game, playing with 3 fouls for Fairfield. Sanders inbounds left corner. Crawford open 3, no, and the rebound Council. Friars on the break. Up the floor, Council feeds Coleman, scoop, and around the rim. With the rebound tap, there's no ruled offensive goaltending by Kofani.
Yeah, he had his hand in there. Good fast break, though. Coleman got out on the break there. Good pass by Council. But it rolled around there. That would have come out anyway.
Yeah, I think so. 10th turnover of the ball game for the Friars. And now Crawford will walk it into the fourth court for Fairfield. Olander left side on the baseline left for Needham, and he stepped out of bounds. Turnover. Needham went out of bounds and then came back in to take the pass. Turn it over.
Boy, Needham's having a tough ball game. He's not shooting the ball very well. Got those 3 fouls.
Cotton handles in the backcourt. Friars with the ball. 2-point lead. 3-point lead. 9.5 to go. Pass to Coleman on the left wing. Coleman drives down to the baseline. Backs the ball out on the left wing for Cotton. So Cotton, in effect, running it at the point. Council moving over to the 2 guard. Between the circle. Rolls right. Finds Hinton on the high post. Hinton hands off to Council. Council penetrates. Big jump stop. Goes up with a bank shot. And it goes in the hole.
Nice move there by Council, I love the plays that they run against the zone. Nice plays there, and they're getting the right guys taking the shots.
17 for Council. The ball is stolen by Hinton. Picked up before to Council. He finds Cotton. He goes back to Coleman, who scores.
Yeah, 4-on-1 right there. They only had Olander back. Friars get the steal, and I'll tell you what, with the speed they have, they're out on the floor.
The break is fantastic for the Friars. They go back up by 7 on a 7-0 run. These guys can fly and finish if given the chance. Needham, right corner. Barrow, 16-footer in and out, no good. Long ball chased down, and there's a foul on Barrow as he and Council collide at the top of the key.
Boy, that's a tough call right there. I thought both guys got there at the same time, but the Friars being aggressive and quick. Council gets to go to the line now for a 1-and-1 as Barrow picks up the foul.
That is the second on Maurice Barrow, 18 foul on Fairfield. And so a 1-and-1 at the line for Vincent Council with 8:35 to go. Sidney Johnson, Stags head coach, can't believe the call either, Joe.
Well, Eddie had all his players over there, too, at the huddle, and Sidney Johnson yelling at the official, is this a timeout? But he's using all the time he can get to get the word in.
He said he was going to do that in the pregame. He told us that. He said, I'm going to hold on to the ball and make the official come take it from me because I got fewer guys. Council at the line. Good on the free throw on the front end of the 1-and-1. Council now with 18 for the ball game, and he has hit 4 out of 5 from the foul line. Stags have missed their last 5 shots in a row from the floor.
The Friars zone's been pretty good. You got to box out.
Second shot, Council, good.
Council can make free throws. He just has to focus. I mean, we had one game last year. 18 in a row down in Mexico City, Mexico.
Right, 58-49. The lead has grown back to 9 with 8:26 to play. Crawford handles right side, stops his penetration. And right corner, Needham, right back to Crawford in front of his coach on the bench. Now cuts to the center, kicks the ball back, and it's intercepted by Coleman. He anticipated the pass. Coleman dishes to Council, who goes up and scores off the glass again.
How about Coleman and Council getting together on the fast break, passing it back and forth to one another, and they finish up with a layup.
And a timeout called by Sidney Johnson in Fairfield as the Friars have gone back up by 11, 60-49 with 8:11 to go, a 30-second timeout.
Good defense right there. Friars on 11-0 run. Nice anticipation by Coleman as Sanders set the screen at the top of the key, and that's basically for him. He sets the screen, then he rolls off looking for the double team on the ball, and he fans out. He's going to look for the three-pointer. Coleman came from underneath the basket, anticipated that pass. That's good scouting, and he was off. When he has great first step. When he was off for the steal, out on the fast break, the Friars go, and that's where they're going to get some of their offense this year, John, is when they get those turnovers, turn them into baskets, because we've seen the speed. I mean, Bryce Cotton can fly, Council's in tremendous shape, and Coleman can fly. You get those 3 guys out on the break, and they're going to make things happen and score.
I have to admit, the Friar break right now, these guys are all on the same page. They've got tremendous speed, and they can finish, which is something we haven't seen much of in the last couple of years.
Well, they got balanced offense out there as well with these guys finishing as they're stopping. It looks like there's a wet spot on the floor.
Yep, so Pat Driscoll, one of our officials, wants one of the towel boys to basket to our left to come out and wipe it up just around the 3-point stripe. 8:06 to go, 60-49. The Friar lead is 11. They led by as many as 13 in the first half. Fairfield came back to take as much as a 4-point lead before they led by 1 at halftime. In the second half, Friars were down, I believe, again by as much as 4, but now they're up by 11.
Well, now the guy you got to worry about if you're the Friars, well, the whole ball game you had to, is Sanders. Sanders is the guy now that Fairfield's going to look to. This is a team here that has been in big games before, but who's going to take the shot for them? And Sanders is a new guy on the team, but I think they want him to get the ball.
Again, this Fairfield team is back to play, won 25 games a year ago, and won the MAC regular season championship. Sanders dumps off the Barrow, reverse layup, and Barrow gets it.
Good play by Sanders, but the Friars have to do a better job. He's putting the ball on the floor with his back to the basket against the zone. Was able to find the open man, dribbling the ball in the paint.
14 from Mo Barrow. 60-51. Friar lead cut to 9. Bounce pass to LaDonte Hinton at the free throw line. Backs the dribble out, loses it, picks it back up, goes to Counts on the left wing. Counts looks for the screen. Hinton is there, rolls to the left side, down to the baseline, lost the dribble, picks it back up, flips the ball back out to Coleman. Coleman off the screen set by Kofani to the right side of the top of the key. Challenges the 7-footer, goes inside with the left hand, missed it. Gets his own rebound, goes back up and scores.
Well, Orlando is not playing Coleman, he doesn't have the foot speed for him. He's 7-footer trying to guard Coleman away from the basket. Good move by Coleman.
13 for Gerard Coleman. Friars back up 11. Olander, top of the key, double team, goes underneath, ball is tipped away. Coleman, and he comes up with a steal.
He's like Spider-Man out there tonight.
He is all arms, all over the place for the Friars. You're exactly right. Spider-Man Coleman gets it done. Left side for Council. And the Friars are going to take some time off of the clock here and work the possession. 6:45 and counting down. Coleman goes left for Council. Council left corner for Cotton. Spins inside on Wade. Now back out for Council with 10 to shoot. Off balance three. Doesn't get it and he's fouled. Are you kidding me? Needham fouls him, picks up his 4th personal, and Council will shoot 3.
Good acting job by Council. He took the shot long from the basket, kicked his legs out, and fell down. And Needham says, "Are you kidding me?" He says, "I'm not." He's talking to the official right now, and he gets the cheap one, and Council gets 3 fouls.
Timeout, 6:36 to go, 62-51. From Nelligan Sports, this is Providence Friar Basketball.
Friars Basketball, Sports Radio 103.7 FM.
Well, you look at the shooting stats here, John. You look at Fairfield, they're 20 for 30 from the floor, regular 2. 3 for 20 from three-point land.
Good grief.
I would think they want to get the ball inside a little bit more, but the Friars are doing a good job of taking away the inside, forcing them to take the outside shots, and then getting the defensive rebounds here in the second half. But the guards are having a Super Bowl game. Cotton, Council, and Coleman are playing great basketball as a unit. I mean, they're playing very well together.
Council at the line for the first of 3 free throws. And the first one is good with another one coming. Vincent Council now has 21 for the night. Friars, Joe, are 10 for 11 from the free throw line as a team. Make it 11 of 12 and one more coming.
Well, they know the importance of making free throws. Last ball game, they just mailed it in from the free throw line. This one here, they're making big shots. You know, they don't make the free throws in this ball game. It's a much different score.
Oh, he missed the third one, and Sanders gets the rebound.
Oh, was he up there or what?
But the 13-point lead matches their largest of the game. 64-51 with 6.5 minutes to play. Wade, high post, goes left for Sanders. By the way, Needham out of there with his 4th foul. Sanders drives right corner for Fields. Out to Wade. Back to Fields in the right corner. Wade out on the perimeter right against the 2-3 zone. Works to the left. Cuts back to the right with a pass for Fields. Feeds the high post to Barrow. Tipped away from behind by Council. Picked up by Coleman. Friars again on the break. Coleman down the lane. Teardrop. No. Followed by Henton is good.
Wow, what a great play there by Henton. Trailing that play. Coleman lost his shoe here.
7 for LaDontae Henton. The Friars have their largest lead. 15 with 5:52 to go. Olander, 16-footer, good outside the free throw line.
Well, he's a smooth big guy, I'll tell you that. Nice. That was a clutch shot right there. Fairfield's been struggling scoring the ball.
66-53, 13-point game, 5:38 to go. Cotton into the forecourt with the basketball. The next foul, by the way, for Fairfield puts the Friars in the double bonus, Joe, at the line. So it takes a little pressure off. Here is
the clock a little bit.
Kofani, hands off to Coleman, circles to the left on Olander, cuts back to the right, out to Cotton, open 16-footer, bounces and comes out. Rebound tap, Coleman in the right corner. Now Coleman gets into the lane, kicks the ball back out to Council.
Good job right there. Use like 20 seconds on the clock here.
Council works right. He'll take the clock under 5 minutes if they can with the possession. Bounces left for Cotton. Cotton goes left side for Coleman on the baseline. Back shot and a score.
Coleman down the baseline there in traffic. Super move right there by the young sophomore. Kisses it off the glass.
15 for Gerard Coleman. Friars back up 15, 4:48 to play. Olander again, 15-footer, bounces, missed. Rebound taken by Barrow with a follow. No. Shot got blocked, but a foul on Providence underneath.
Well, Henton's a little mad at himself. He had the ball, but Barrow did a nice job of getting underneath him and stealing it away. But what goes unnoticed a little bit there is the block shot by Kofani. He was able to block that shot. Otherwise, it would have been a three-point play opportunity for Barrow. Now he has to make 2 free throws.
Foul is called on Coleman. It's his second. That's team foul 6. So one more foul before Fairfield gets into the bonus. However, it's 2 free throws here for Maurice Barrow. And the Stags have only taken 3 shots at the line all night. Barrow hits the first, and he's 3 of 3.
Well, they take the big guy out, Orlando, now going with Needham back in, so they have the biggest guy on the floor is Barrow on the line here with Sanders, so they're going with a small lineup and try to pressure D the Friars.
Barrow's second shot, no good. Rebound tip. And the foul is called inside on whom?
Oh, they're calling it on Friars.
On Kofani. And Grease is just fouled out of the game.
Playing against Needham inside, and Kofani gets the foul out of the game, and Ed Cooley is like miffed over there.
I got to understand. I'm having a hard time with that one myself. All he did was reach for the ball over Derek Needham, and he's a good foot taller than Needham. Well, nevertheless, that will put Fairfield at the line shooting a 1-and-1. It fouls Grease Kofani out with 4 points and 4:43 to go.
I don't understand how officials see something like it's ridiculous. I mean, they've been battling underneath like that. I mean, that's a weak call. I don't know where you never made that one up.
So Lee Goldsboro comes back into the game.
That's going to hurt Kofani being out.
I agree with you.
Kofani's done a good job of being a patroller in the paint there, changing shots. He doesn't block every shot, but he makes them think about going to the basket.
Derek Needham will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. The junior from Dalton, Illinois.
See, this guy I worry about, John. He's 1 for 8 or 9 from three-point land in the ball game. But you get him to the line, and if he makes some free throws, that'll get his confidence going. And the next shot he makes, boom, all of a sudden he can make some shots, and they're right back in the ball game.
Hits the first, just his 4th point of the night. Was a 70% free throw shooter a year ago. He's 3 of 5 from the line on the season. And as Joe mentioned, he's really struggled shooting the ball tonight. Second shot for Needham is on the way. High arcing is no good. Hinton grabs the rebound, and the Friar lead stays at 13. They have possession of the ball with 4:35 to go.
So you get antsy now watching the clock, don't you?
Yeah. Council shares it with Coleman. Back to Council again out of the perimeter. Desmond Wade out tight on him and a man-to-man. Council pulls it out, now penetrates top of the key, rolls down the lane, scoops it up.
Nice.
And he's fouled. Vincent Council, the general, takes charge.
What a move right there. Wade's playing good defense on him, getting up on his right hand, making him go left. Vincent gets a little seam there, goes down the middle with the left hand, gets the score and the foul. There's no shot blocker in there now, too. Vincent Council recognizes that Olander is on the bench, so he can get to the basket. Tallest guy is Barrow and Sanders, who are basically 6'5" forwards.
Council now with 25 points, and the free throw makes it 26. He's at 9 of 14 from the floor after going 5 of 19 in the opener on Saturday against Fairleigh Dickinson, and he is now 3 away from matching his career high.
Well, he's rising to the occasion on the road here as Olander comes back into the ball game for Fairfield.
71-55, 16-point largest lead. Needham, deep three, got it.
I say that, he makes the free throw, all of a sudden he thinks he can make shots. That's the big shot right there by Fairfield to get that three to go down.
7 for Derek Needham for the game, 71-58. We dip under 4 minutes to play. Cotton works right, cuts back on Needham, out on the perimeter, hands off for Council, who's been the hero. One of several heroes, I might add. Council hands off to Cotton, drives to the right, hands off to Coleman, cuts to the spin to the line, lost the ball, picked up there by Goldsboro, back to Cotton, with a left hand up and in!
What
over
a
the
shot.
7-footer, Bryce Cotton scores!
What a great move by Cotton with the left hand off the glass.
19 for Bryce Cotton, the new career high, who's a sophomore from Tucson. Right side three, Rakim Sanders gets it to go.
He's got a cramp, too. He got to come out of the ball game.
Yeah,
He's hurt.
he can't move.
Yeah, when he came down on his leg, he said to the coach, he says, I can't go.
22 for Rakim Sanders. 9 here in the second half. His second made 3. So a timeout charged here to Fairfield with 3:23 to go as Sanders is cramping up. Looks like it's his right calf.
Well, you know, 2 big three-pointers right there. Needham hit a long three-pointer, and Sanders just hit a long one in front of his bench. So, you know, you look at those 6 points right there.
We'll take the timeout as well with 3:23 to go on the Friar lead. Cut to 12 from Nelligan Sports. This is Providence Friar basketball. John Rook and Joe Hassett back at the Webster Bank Arena. Fairfield was second nationally in scoring defense last year, holding opponents to just 58 points per game under Ed Cooley. Friars have scored 73 tonight against a team that returns, 3-4 starters from last year and added Rakim Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, that's Friars gonna get. We're worried about offense for this Friar team this year. Where are they going to get it from? But they have so much balance now that you can't really key on one guy. You can key on Council a bit, but the rest of them can score.
Friars inbound the ball to Goldsboro, who gives it off to Council in the backcourt. Big possession here for the Friars in terms of momentum. See if they can cut it under 3 minutes to play here with possession of the ball. Council left corner for Hinton. Hinton lobs it back out. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Nickerson into the scoring table on the far side. And PC will keep it with 19 to shoot. 3:08 on the game clock.
See, the defense is picking up here because they know the Friars want to use some clock so they can gamble on overplays and not worry about Friars looking to score right away.
Hinton inbounds to Council, who chases it down in the backcourt.
Council hurt his leg on that one going for it. He just winced a little bit.
He did turn his ankle pretty good in the first half.
He's turned his ankle every game, and he's playing great.
Council to Coleman, curls down the left, puts up the bank shot, gets it to go, and they're going to rub it out. This time it's a charge on Coleman as Olander took it underneath.
Boy,
Are they going to count it?
No, they're not counting it. But your boy there is killing us. I mean, he called a foul on, fifth foul on Kofane, and then he calls a charge there on Coleman. Coleman's a tough guy to pick a charge up because he's so rangy in there. He gets the sideways. He jumps sideways a lot of times, and Orlando is not big enough. I mean, not quick enough to pick up the charge. But he got that one.
Third foul on Coleman. 18th foul, but on the offensive foul, just a possession change rather than a one-and-one shoot here.
Come on, Pat Driscoll.
We wait for the perspiration to be wiped up onto the basket to our right this time.
You know, they got the ball boys on in very big hurry, too. Now the players are going out there to help
helping
them.
Yeah.
Clean it up. Let's go.
2:57 to go. 73-61. The Friar lead is 12. Stags have the basketball. And Needham waits for the ball almost to mid-floor before he picks it up when the clock starts. Pass on the left wing for Sanders. Sanders feeds Barrow on the left post. Barrow kicks it out to Needham. Puts up the 22-footer. Got it.
I hate to say it, Johnny. Made that free throw. Now he's got 2 for 2 from three-point land. Got his stroke back.
And the lead has been cut down to 9. Single-digit deficit. 2:38 to go. And Coleman has the ball stolen by Needham. Needham, a 2-on-1, goes for 3 from the left wing. No good. Chases his own rebound down, however. Finds Sanders for 3 on the right wing. It's good.
Wow. What a shot by Sanders right there. Friars turn it over. Something they haven't done much. Oh, but they still have a 6-point lead here.
2:15 and counting down. And Fairfield has scored on a 12-2 run. Council around the screen, gets down the lane, leaves it for Goldsboro, kicks the ball back out to Coleman.
Take it under 2 minutes here. Take your time.
Coleman drives left to the free throw line, slides down the lane, passes off underneath, ball is up and in.
I can't believe he got that shot off. He took it off. Got the shot blocked partially by Olander. Gets the rebound and scores.
Coleman gets the deuce to go. Big basket. Barrel. Left side drives. In the lane. Knocked away. Picked up. No, it's out of bounds. But it's off of Fairfield. Into the bench. They throw it away, and the Friars get the ball with 1:44 to go.
Barrel threw it away, Johnny. He had Olander for a dunk, but they threw it off his foot out of bounds. Friars catch a break right there.
75-67. 1:44 left. Council gives it to Coleman, who handles it in the backcourt. Sanders picks him up at the mid-floor line and hands off back to Vincent. Council works toward his bench on the left side. Now pass off the right wing for Coleman. Coleman fakes right, goes back left for Vincent. Vincent back to Coleman, 15 to shoot. Coleman pulls it out again, back for Council in the center circle, down to 10. 1:19 on the game clock. Between the legs with the dribble. Crosses left, spins in the lane. Shot is deflected and picked up. Sanders down the other way. Sanders lays it up, and he will miss it. And the rebound is tipped back to Sanders, but he was out of bounds with the ball.
How about that?
Out of bounds with the ball.
2 key turnovers in a row for Fairfield when they had layups. But the Friars that time, Vincent Council's had a great ball game. But when he goes to the basket under that one, you got to find the open man. Everybody's collapsing on him. He had Cotton wide open in the corner here. That's where you want to give it up and let Bryce take the three-pointer and be wide open and salt this game away.
14 turnovers for Fairfield, and none bigger than that one.
Well, 2 in a row, John. They had 2 layups and turned the ball over.
Wow. So the Friars have it. 8-point lead, 1:08 to go. And a whistle and a foul is called before the ball gets inbounded. And the foul is called, I believe, on Crawford.
Bryce Cotton gets to go to the line now for 2 shots. It's 10 team fouls.
Yep. So Sean Crawford picks up his 3rd. I was wondering when Fairfield might start fouling, and that would be now. So Cotton, 1 for 1 from the line tonight. He's 2 for 2 on the season. He shot 78% last year, and he hit the first one.
Boy, he is really solid. You know, I like his game. And, you know, what the best thing about him is his attitude. He's got a great attitude. Never gets flustered out there. He's a super athlete, and he just knows how to play. He showed that last year in the crazy offense that they play, but this year he's playing solid within the structure of the offense.
And he hits them both, and he's got a career-high 21 points for the sophomore from Tucson, Arizona. And I believe Ed Cooley just called the 30-second timeout. So it's 77-67. Friars back up by 10. 1:08 to go. Well, what do you do if you're Coach Cooley?
Well, you stay in that 2-3 zone that they've been in. Know where Sanders is. Make sure you take the ball out of his hands. Make him go to the basket if you can. And know where Needham is. Needham hit 2 3-pointers in a row now the last couple of touches. And extend the defense a little bit. Don't let them roll the ball in and take it all the way to midcourt. Make them have to use some time to get up the court. The Friars really don't have to score again if they don't want to. They want that Fairfield to use the clock as much as they can. So tell Vincent to get up here. Pick up. He's showing him now. Get up there and get on the ball. There you go.
Friars have 1 timeout left. Fairfield has 2 left.
Now you go back in the zone. Make him use it.
And here comes Needham into the court with the ball.
Friars in man-to-man.
Friars in man-to-man as Needham drives by Cotton down the lane right side. Lost the dribble. But it goes out of bounds off of Cotton with 59 seconds left. A 10-point Friar lead.
I think they'll go back in the zone now out of the out-of-bounds play.
Inbounds baseline, right field, lobs it out to Needham. Needham dribbles down the lane, dumps it off underneath. An offensive foul called on Needham as Goldsboro took the charge, and then Olander falls down on top of Goldsboro and steps on his head. But Needham just picked up his 5th foul.
How about Goldsboro? Gets the 5th foul on Needham. Consistent calls, though, by Pat Driscoll. He called one against Coleman down the other end, and Goldsboro picks that one up. Big play by Goldsboro, stepping in. Then he gets stepped on by the big guy.
And look at his teammates. Everybody's patting and slapping Goldsboro on the head and on the back for taking that charge. And a huge turnover, the 15th of the game for Fairfield, will give the Friars the ball with a 10-point lead and 55 seconds left. Needham fouls out with 10 points.
Well, look for the foul right away. If Fairfield doesn't get the steal on the inbounds, they're going to foul. But how about Goldsboro? He takes the offensive foul, and then he gets crushed by Olander, who stepped on him and then whacked him in the head on the way down, went over and slapped him 5, so I didn't mean that.
Goldsboro will inbounds. He finds Cotton in the backcourt. I don't know why Fairfield's waiting on this. The Cotton gets into the forecourt on Nickerson, and there's the foul. And they take 6 seconds off the clock.
Well, Bryce Cotton having a super ball game. I tell you what, when you go with these 3 guards, with Coleman, Cotton, and Bryce, and Council, those guys, they're very, very confident and smooth out there with the ball. They all can handle the ball, and Cotton has really improved from last year. I was worried about him handling the ball at backup point guard position. He's done fabulous out there in this ball game.
Hits the first free throw. He's got 15 second-half points, 22 for the game, increasing his career highs. Barrow checks out. Crawford back in for Fairfield. Second shot by Cotton is short, but there's Goldsboro who has the offensive rebound.
Great job by Goldsboro.
And there's a foul on Fields against Cotton with 45 seconds left. Goldsboro coming through in the clutch, contributing.
You know what I said to you in the last ball game, John? He's like a glue guy. Doesn't look to take a shot. I don't think he's taking a shot in this ball game.
Yes.
He sets screens, goes to the boards, throws his body around, and then gets a rebound on a missed free throw there, and the Friars get to go to the line again as Cotton knocks down the free throw. You consider Goldsboro had to play a lot here down the stretch at crunch time because Cole County fouled out. Goldsboro's getting in there. Sanders checks out of the ball game.
23 for Cotton. He averaged 21 in the 2 exhibition wins for the Friars, but you don't really consider that too much, considering it was competition like that. But he hits both free throws here. The Friars have a 13-point lead, and they're going to win on the road. Fields drives right, missed the layup. It's tipped out of bounds on the left side, touched by Cotton, and Fairfield will keep it with 36.5 seconds left. What a tremendous win this is going to be for this young Providence team.
Oh, definitely. This Fairfield team's a good team.
Inbounds comes out to Wade. Wade lobs it left corner for Crawford. Crawford spins out of trouble away from Hinton. Drives the baseline, kicks the ball out for Wade. Wade goes up with a 25-footer and hits it. His first basket of the game with 25 seconds left. Well, that makes it 80-70. Coleman handles in the backcourt on Nickerson. Drives through 2 defenders, gets in across the mid-floor line, all the way to his bench to Goldsboro. Back to Coleman. Drives the baseline, out to Council, 12 seconds left, and Fairfield, I think, is calling off the dogs. Friar fans in attendance, very happy with what they see as Cotton stumbles, got fouled, but nothing got called.
Got hit in the head, too.
Got hit in the head, and the layup is good at the buzzer by Wade. But the Friars are going to get the win on the road at Fairfield. 80-72 over the Stags. The first road win for Providence in almost 2 years, since January the 14th of 2010 at DePaul.
Oh, that's a nice win for this Friar team. Eddie Cooley's done a great job with these guys, getting them in the positions to win the ball game, doing a nice job running the offense, and getting contributions from everybody. Everybody who played did a solid job, and his guys did an awesome job of taking control down the stretch.
Well, as we said, first road win in almost 2 years for the Friars, but they will take it. Very impressive. They got great offensive play from the 3 C's at guard, Council, Coleman, and Cotton. Superb role play inside from Lee Goldsboro, Brees Kofani, Ron Chipley also chipped in, LaDonte Hinton. All-around team win. Great night to be a Friar. 80-72 over the Fairfield Stags. We'll come back and continue with more. Our post-game show is coming up.